And we are back.
Yes.
Episode
28.
20. We are the Run Duo. I'm Tommy Mitchell.
And I'm India Cook.
And this is our anniversary.
It is. It's been a year.
We've been doing this for 12 months.
Yes.
And we did not miss alternate Tuesday.
We did not. We've been on it.
We've been on it. But before we get into the show, first, we're going to say we got a guest this week.
Yes, we do.
We got Derek Oxley from Behind the Wheel.
Yes.
You know the deal.
Yes, you know the deal.
He's going to be, and this is, if you're watching Almost Live, when you're done watching this, go to SoundCloud, Instagram, SoundCloud, iTunes,
Google Play.
Yes. To listen to the interview with Derek Oxley.
Yes.
Okay? So how you feeling?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good.
Can you do this for another 12 months?
I think I can.
You can do it? Okay,
I think I can.
So
I think I can deal with you for another 12 months.
We got another 12 months. It ain't gonna just be me. It's gonna be Trey. It's gonna be my kid.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna sit him like right here.
Right here on the table.
Yeah, right on the table, and just get him started early.
Yes.
The Run Trio.
I am here for it.
So, how was your trip?
It was great. So, of course, I ran the Cherry Blossom 10 miler. It's been 2 weeks now. And it was an amazing trip as a whole. The race didn't go as expected. I was trying to PR on a 10 miler, but my body just was like,
I was like, I'm on vacation.
Yeah, it was like I'm on vacation. But it was when I say this was the most beautiful course I've ever run,
really?
Like it was really, really pretty. It was around the tidal basin, like, you know, across the warp, like majority of the race was along water.
Okay.
So it was really pretty. You got to see all the monuments in the background, cherry blossoms, like it was literally trees of cherry blossoms, looked like little tunnels to me that she ran through. Like it was the most pretty. So when I was feeling tired and was like, you know what, I'm like, I'm just gonna soak up all of this beautiful scenery. It was great. It was a really good I would say well organized race. Not as much crowd support as I expected.
Okay.
But I will say I know the race was the course was revised this year due to construction in the DC area. But I would say that if you were like coming from out of town, it would have been hard to get to some of the areas where the race was because it was like in random like parks and kind of duck offs.
Okay, gotcha.
So like for open street, it was more so between like the mile 5 and 9 area where most of the crowd support was, where people could actually gather. And of course it started right there by the monument and, was able to see the African American Museum and all of that. So I will say the route was beautiful and the best one that I've seen in a while.
Well,
so
that's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and then you had a good time. And that's what I always think. When you're gonna go somewhere else, like to another city to run a race, you should definitely enjoy the scenery. Enjoy the city too.
Scenery and enjoy the city. So we got there on Friday. We were able to go see the Portrait Museum where Obama's portraits are. So we were able to go in there and see that. We were able to go to a car show because Braxton was very excited, and I was like, I don't want to make this whole weekend about running. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, we wanted to enjoy DC as well. We were able to go to the African American Museum, which is very hard to grab tickets for that. So we were able to do that. We did a bus tour around the city. So I feel like I actually made it a real runcation. Like we really enjoyed the city, pop-up bars. And then of course I was able to go and see Mike Wardian.
There you go.
Talk.
Yeah.
So he was able to talk about his experience in Israel, and he posted pictures and just was able to discuss and got his autograph. I meant to bring it and let you see it, but he signed. He autographed a Run Duo, one of our flyers.
Oh, really?
So yes,
that is so
he did
cool.
do that. So I got him to autograph that, and it was so funny. He was like, "Oh wow, you made it!" Because I had messaged him, I had texted him, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna come. What time are you gonna be at the expo?" And he sent me all his information. And he was like, "You made it." He was very personable, which was really, really good. He had a lot of people really excited to see him.
Yeah.
So it was good to see him. And then on mile 3 of the race, he was done, of course. he saw me, and I was like, bye. He gave me a high five, and he was like, keep pushing. So it was great. So it was really good to see him. So good to see somebody that we interview.
An elite person that's just really down
to
earth. Yeah,
down
just
to earth
hey,
humble.
He's a every man's runner kind of guy.
Exactly, and it was so funny. Listen, so right before I got to step up to get his autograph or whatever, one of his, I guess, friends that usually runs with him kind of stepped in front of me, and I'm looking like, really? So he goes, hey, Mike, what you trying to run tomorrow? And he was like, my legs are trash. That's exactly how he said. He was like, my legs are trash. I'm probably going to finish in about 56, 58. And I was like, trash legs?
That is incredible.
But I think he ended up doing a 54, 55. Like, he crushed it. So he did really well. So obviously he's on trash legs. He's still amazing. And we know that that's what he does. So thank you, Mike, for continuing to be very humble. And it was great to be able to see him along the road.
That's cool. So you said you got to go see the Obama's picture?
Yeah. So the portrait?
Yeah. How was it the one?
The really big one where he has all the greenery around him. And then she's in a black and white dress. Yes. Yeah, it was great. So it was great. It was lines, obviously, to see, but it was good.
How close could you get to it? Like, how close could you?
Like, right up to it, you couldn't touch it, because they had, like,
of course, but could you get close enough to, like, do a selfie?
Oh, yeah, I took pictures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I took pictures with it. I took pictures with it, and then in the gift shop, they have, like, postcards and pictures of it, so we purchased a couple of those. So, yes, I took a lot of pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I didn't post a lot of stuff. But it was just a good wholesome weekend to be able to see that stuff in DC. Got to see, fireworks are my favorite. I don't know if you know that, but I love fireworks. If I can see a fireworks show, regardless of where I am, I'll do it. And so they had a fireworks show on that Saturday before the race.
Yeah.
And so I saw the fireworks show and then I went to bed. So it was really, really good. I know that's random, but if that's what you enjoy,
then that is what you enjoy.
I love it.
Exactly.
So, but it was a all around, great weekend. I enjoyed myself. I will say if anybody can get a chance to run it, I will definitely do so. I expected it to be policed a little bit more, but it wasn't.
Really?
It wasn't a lot of, like, even corral policing. Like, you could just kind of, they had the corral set up. It was a lot of people, but there wasn't a lot of that. We did link up with District Running Collective.
Okay.
They now have a running room.
I saw.
Yeah, so we were able to link up with them,
hot.
See the running room. The running room is really nice, and so
what is the one? I saw like they had their little get together where their members could come and see it.
Yes.
But what actually, like, besides a gathering spot, is it what is it?
So it's a gathering spot, places where they can link up to go do running. They can do some of their training stuff. So they do some like lifting and strength training type workouts mixed up into their runs as well. So you can do that as well. But it is going to be kind of their link up spot where they have gatherings and things of that nature.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
We need a run spot.
We need it.
You need one. So if any shoe companies out there want to throw some
sponsorship or something,
we can get us a run room.
Because UA is hooking it up for a District Running Collective.
Yeah.
But so it was great. The only thing that was policed, I will say, is at the end of the race, we did a big District Running Collective picture, and I was in it. And they always do confetti. I don't know if you've seen that. Like,
they shoot
the confetti. So they did a confetti shot so we could get a big picture. Yeah. And it was right in front of the African American Museum. Yeah. And when I say those park rangers came out, it was like, no confetti. Y'all have to clean up every piece of this. No more. So it was interesting. And I was like, that probably makes sense. The grounds that we were on.
Exactly. This ain't your house. What you doing?
But it was a really, really good time. I would definitely recommend it for those that are wanting to, get some other states and.
I definitely, that's one that's on my list that I just forget every year, and then I see people running like, dang it.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's definitely, I used to live in DC, and when the cherry blossoms are out, it's gorgeous out there. Yes.
Yeah. And a lot of people, like, beginning of the race were like, oh, hopefully there's some more, because it was raining previous days leading up, but it ended up being like in the 70s that weekend. Like, it was just the race, the weather was 50 degrees, so it was great.
Sounds good.
But listen, so there was the winner of the cherry blossom, male and female, Stanley and Rosemary. Both initially were announced to have beat. So Rosemary, I'm gonna butcher her last name, starts with W. Winnie-Drew. She did a 50:42. And she was supposed to be called the U.S. Women All-Comer record, because the last record that was beat was in 2007 with the 51:44.
Okay.
And then for the male, Stanley Cabinas. His record, it was also said that he beat the record by 46. He did 46 minutes, and the last person that did it was 46:13 in 1983. Anyway, so they announced these records.
Okay.
And then a couple of days later, they did this huge post on Facebook, and then they sent all the participants an email that said that their course was, what did they say? They said it was 80 yards short.
Oh my God.
The cones were in the wrong place.
Oh my God.
240 feet.
Wow.
So the course was short. They said they marked it at 9.96. And they said it was because of all the construction and everything that was going on. They marked it short. But people were going in on the Cherry Blossom directors. And they was like, we've been doing this race for 46 years. This has never happened. Like, sorry. But, so they said they were still giving him his money. He was still getting his $10,000.
Okay, there you go. That's what I mean.
He was still getting his money, but they couldn't submit it as a world record. So,
I got you. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, but
my clock didn't clock short though.
So mine said 10.
Yes, mine was actually over. I think I got 10.02.
Yeah.
Yeah, on my Garmin.
I got you. Well, I've run a 10 mile. I ran a 10 mile down in Orlando that was short. I just kept running.
Yeah.
Until my watch said 10.
But I guess when you breaking records and you think that you got a record and you think you're going to be submitted for something, that's very unfortunate.
To me, I mean, I guess you couldn't use, I guess if it's an official course, you can use it to qualify for other things.
Yes.
So that I understand.
Yes.
That I understand.
Definitely.
But, I mean, the only people that should be really mad are the people who, they get kind of shorted out of their world record.
Yeah.
Now, it was only 80 yards, so I'm guessing they would have still got the world record if it was actually correct.
So if it was actually correct, they would have been off. So they actually sent us a chart. And they said basically if you add, for each pace, they said add between 14 and 34 seconds to your time as an official time.
Okay.
So for the young man, he would have missed it by like a second.
Okay.
of beating it.
The young lady
where she wouldn't have gotten it.
Okay, she wouldn't have gotten it.
Yeah,
okay.
she wouldn't have gotten it.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so it was really interesting, and of course I'm sure they're gonna really like watch it now, but something that was interesting for the Cherry Blossom. I was like, all right, like.
I mean, I think we've all run the short race before, like. And then some of us run the short race, and we knew it was short, but we didn't say nothing, and just went ahead and said, "Well, no, that might be all right."
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So get it where you live, right?
Yes, indeedy. Well, that's cool, and I want to do this. I'm sorry, before we get too far in, I want to say thank you. My birthday was Friday. So I want to thank everybody that reached out and sent on Facebook and everything. Happy birthdays to me.
Yes.
Also, we had a long weekend. So my birthday was Friday. And Heather had one of her baby showers on Saturday.
Which was amazing.
And India
Very fun.
Yeah. And then there was another baby shower on Sunday. So that was the last baby shower, the one on Sunday. But
y'all had 4, didn't you?
She had 4. She had one in...
Why you say y'all? Why you don't want to say
Okay, yes, because anything that you bought for my baby is going to come to me as well.
Yes.
But she had one in Baltimore. She had one in North Carolina at UNC. And then she had the one that you went to, which is basically all the Atlanta people. And then there was one that a great friend of mine, Tiffany Neville, did for me for just a group of friends of mine that we hang out with. But a couple of runners came through as well. But anyway, I just want to thank everybody that gave for my baby.
Baby Trey's almost here.
Baby gonna have some nice clothes, so I appreciate y'all.
Got more than clothes.
And some diapers. I appreciate y'all.
Yes.
But anyway, the weekend before that, because we do it every 2 weeks.
Right.
The weekend before, we went to the childbirthing class. Let me tell y'all something.
Are you ready?
When I say, look, I'm fine. I'm not nervous. I'm not anything. I'm like, okay, let's do this. Let's go.
Right.
When I saw, they show the film, and it's really not as graphic as everybody tries to make it. It really wasn't that graphic. And I've worked in the hospital. When I was younger, I used to be what they call now as a medical assistant. Back then, it was called an orderly. But anyway, so I've worked in surgery. I've seen blood. It's not that big a deal to me. When I tell you, though, I can understand a woman with a child in her belly seeing that video and being like, I made a mistake.
Yes.
It's
staying in there.
Yeah, like, okay, well, how do we keep him in? Because I'm not trying to.
And
the thing, like the lady they show, because they show a few different women going through labor. The woman they show, she was in labor for like 9 hours.
Yeah. My sister was in labor for 36.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm going to start a petition that we're going to send to whatever body that regulates times. Any woman that has given birth, you should get to take 30 minutes off of your official marathon time. That I'm saying we need to, because I'm like, that ain't no joke.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, like, it's so natural, because even like one of the ladies was like, you know, I just kind of dug deep and just something from nowhere, you know, came, and I was able to do it. But I think you should get, now if you do a C-section or something like that, 45 minutes.
Okay.
But natural, I'm gonna go ahead and give you 30. But it's just I was amazed. But anyway,
it is very intense.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to cheer.
I'm excited.
I'm ready for all that.
I'm excited for you. Well, it sounds like you're going to have a very good appreciation for Heather once she gets the baby out.
Oh, she about to be... You think Chicago Marathon was rough? You think Publix was rough?
Right.
She about to dig deep. Every time she comes to the doctor, he's 5 pounds. He's 5 pounds.
I know.
And I'm like, yeah, he's probably going to get bigger.
Yeah, he is. She's got another month or so. Yes.
Now, let's talk about... You know what? Actually, after we did our last episode, I was like, dang, we didn't even talk about Boston coming up.
No, we didn't talk about it
at all. And Boston was on Monday, yesterday.
Yes.
I'm a employed person, so I had to go to work. So are you.
I was working.
We had to go to work.
But I was looking at clips and trying to listen and do all that stuff.
I actually did at work. I didn't get a chance to see it, so I taped it, and I just didn't let anybody tell me, or I didn't even get on Instagram yesterday.
So you didn't see it.
So if I did not congratulate you on finishing Boston, congratulations. I just wasn't on Instagram. But I got home and got to watch it. So I was like, what did you think?
So I watched clips, so I didn't watch the entire thing, but I watched clips. So obviously the male's finish was really intense. It was down to the wire. It was like, I was amazed at how much push that they have after running 26 miles.
Yeah.
Obviously that 0.2 wasn't really the push, but maybe 26.1, and then that 0.1 was the rest. They kicked it in and they were sprinting, but I could not imagine running that pace and then having to sprint to the finish. But that's what it's about. Yeah. And it's just very interesting to see that they have that push, and that two individuals, they push for those. And the female, it was a debut. Yes. For her. Like, she came in and she said, I'm about to just, let me show y'all what I'm made of. I'm here and y'all gonna see me again.
Well, and she's like a half marathon champion, and she stands out. And I'm not gonna lie to you, people who run the half and that are really fast at it, I still say, you run the half, but it's different. The marathon's different. She showed us it's not. She's like, I can do the same thing I do in the half, I can do in this marathon. And on not a very easy course.
Right. Exactly.
Because they kept talking about, when she gets to the Newton Hills, there's a chance that, she'll have a problem. Yeah. She was like, let me show you what a boss look like. Right. And just kept, but I will say this, what's the young lady that came in second? She's 30-something. But anyway.
I got you.
She had like a 3-minute lead over the pack at one point. By the end, the lady that came in second, you could see her in the frame. So she actually did make up a lot of ground. If she maybe started her kick a little earlier.
Edna.
Yeah. Edna Kiplagat. Yes, Kiplagat. Yes. She's legendary. If she would have started her kick earlier, she might have caught her. Right. But in the end, that little girl. Yeah,
she did her thing. And I will say congratulations also to Jordan Hasay. She was out on injury. She had surgery and everything. And she had been out and she crushed 3rd place.
Yeah, she did. US. So she was the first US woman. 3rd place podium. Yes. The men, the crazy thing about the men, because like I said, I watched the whole recording. Yes. At one point, Ward was leading. Yes. At one point, I think Scott was leading. At one point, when they came back from commercial, the whole front
was just different.
Was USA. Like, it was like, okay, what we about to do?
Yes. Yeah. And they still did sub 210, Scott and Ward. Yeah. Did sub 210. Scott was the first American, and he finished in 2:09:08. And it's so funny because Strava posted that he may be the fastest marathoner that has ever been posted on Strava. Like uploaded to Strava.
Oh, actually, I got you.
2:09:08. So, yes, which is, amazing. Which is a 4:52 a mile pace. Yeah. Could you imagine?
No, I can't. I'm not even going to. But I will say this. So if you live in Atlanta, we're getting the marathon trial.
Trials, yes.
Y'all have a great opportunity over these next few, probably the next month or so that we're going to get these majors to watch and keep track of these Americans that are going to be coming here. Yes. Find one you like, cheer for them. See what start following them, because I started following a few of them because Atlanta Track Club put out a website
yes.
with the information for all the professionals that are coming
yes.
for the marathon trials. And I started following some on Twitter. I think that's what they were showing, Twitter accounts. Some didn't have it. But, Ward's on there, of course.
Right.
And, Galen Rupp, of course, who I think probably is the main person everybody's going to try to come out and see. But it was at one point, it was a line of Americans leading, and then they went to commercial, came back, and then
Ethiopia took it.
They
for the women.
It was all,
and that's the big thing. Jordan, as well as Worknesh and Edna, they all are they qualified for the 2020 Olympics, so they will for Tokyo. So they're going to be there, and it's just to see them on TV and then to see them in Olympics, that's going to be an amazing thing.
It's going to be amazing.
Yes.
I felt bad for last year's winner, the young lady, Lindsay. Is that her name?
Desiree.
Yeah, there you go. I felt bad for her.
Why?
Cause it just she's like they were saying, she's a blue collar runner, and it just she just wasn't. She
came in fifth.
Yeah, she actually took the lead for a little while, but you could tell she was laboring. She could tell that she was actually laboring a little bit.
Yeah, she finished in 2:27 and she came in fifth. But I mean, obviously coming off of a win from last year, it feels very different to come in fifth.
But if when she was finishing, she was kissing to the crowd and waving. Because I guess she felt like they had really taken her in.
Right.
Like she had lived a totally different life for this past year after winning Boston, and they put her name in the group of elites that to watch.
Right.
Which I'm sure that kind of hurt her training, because they were talking about that as well. That kind of hurt her training, but. Yeah, the men's finish, I really thought Desise was going to win it. I thought he was going to be able to hold on.
I thought so too. They were pushing it.
Because even in New York last year, when he was coming to the line and the same thing basically happened.
Right.
He looked like he was laboring then. And I said the same thing yesterday. I was like, yeah, he looks like he's laboring, but that's what he did in New York.
Right.
And then he was able to kick it in.
Right, exactly.
But I think the other dude was just able to, because Desise pretty much, right at the line, he just said,
all right, you got it. Yeah, he didn't run through the tape.
Yeah, he was just kind of, I can't take another step.
He didn't run through the tape. He was just all right.
I think we've all been there where we've just I can't
you got
run.
it.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Bro. I'm gonna come in second. It's fine.
It's all right. They got money for me too. They got money for me. My hotel, everything paid for.
Listen, good. Speaking of money, so I don't know if you. So I love to follow different pages and look at award ceremonies and stuff. So the individuals that won the wheelchair, they get $25,000, and the individuals, the marathon runners that run, get $150K in money. Why is I feel like it's such a big I feel like it's such a big difference. $25,000 to $150,000.
Okay.
I mean, much respect to us as runners because we are runners, but it's wow. Well, that's a big difference. And I understand the labor, maybe it is different on your body to do.
I don't even think it's that. It's who are we coming to see?
The runners. I get it.
Yeah, I mean.
And I mean, there are some people out there that's for the wheelchairs, but everybody's like, oh, hey, and then you go right over to the runners.
Probably not getting the same TV contract if it was just push rim.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So that's who gets paid.
$150K versus $25K.
And it also has probably something to do with, the professional athlete, the professional marathoners' agents. Mm-hmm. That probably has something to do with look, they ain't showing up for less than, whatever. So that probably has something to do with it too. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but I mean, I could name all kinds of sports that is the same. It goes by.
There's a money difference.
Actually, I mean, college football, they get all the toys because they bring in the money for the athletic department and that sort of thing. So I think that's kind of the way it is. Is that you only notice that in Boston? So I
noticed that in Boston.
We don't know what they get in the other one.
Yeah. I would love to see. Maybe I should start paying attention to that.
Yeah, I would like to see if it's any different, in London or New York as well. But also, like I was saying before the show, the push rim guys can do every single world major. Yeah. Their bodies can recover and they can go, there'll be guys who run that did it today, they'll be in London.
Right.
Whereas you probably not running Boston and then going
No, it's a definitely different taxing on your body. So I definitely get that. I just found it interesting to be that gap. Anyway.
So the men and the women though get the same amount. The runners? Okay.
Yes.
And then
so
the men and the women push rim
went
get the same.
home with $150K.
$150K.
Triple people's salary.
Triple
a year.
But I mean, like they kind of like also kind of because people think the same thing about golfers. Like, oh, he won that tournament, he gets all this money.
Yeah.
But that might be the only tournament he wins all year. Whereas this might be the only race they really win.
Right.
Marathon they win all year, and that gotta support them to travel.
Right.
And,
exactly.
buy shoes.
Do all that.
I guess
pay for people to handle all their stuff.
Exactly.
All of that. Pay for their people.
Exactly.
So, yes.
Exactly.
Yes. So, last thing. So I did also see a stat that there in the Boston Marathon there was 1,016 individuals that ran that were 65 years and older. So the age range.
1,016.
Out of all the runners
65?
of Boston, 65 and older.
Wow.
So that means that I think that's great for people that are aging, like feeling good that I can be running Boston too, older and older and older.
Well, that's probably about when I'll be able to qualify. Either qualify or be able to pay for myself. It'll probably I'll be taking out my 401k will probably finally be available. Go ahead and
cash that thing on out.
Cash it on out and go to Boston.
Yes. Cash it on out. Anyway, speaking of cashing out, one last thing. So Strava is doing an initiative that it's called the Last Mile. So you can register yourself if you do a half marathon or a full marathon. If you do a negative split for your last marathon, they are sending money to youth running charities across the world. So they have different charities that they're sending money to. But basically, you can submit and upload your race and show them that you had a negative split for your last mile of a half marathon or a full marathon, and they will donate money towards
that. That is
charities.
so cool.
I think that's great. I think it's a good way to be able to give back. Not a lot of people negative splitting at the end of marathons, but
it ain't easy.
It is not easy. Maybe more so on a half marathon than a full.
I can see it on a half.
But that's definitely an option if you're looking to give back and do something different. I think that's something to do and to think about.
Perfect.
Yes.
Well, now we getting ready to go ahead and interview Mr. Oxley. Oh, last thing, I did sign up for RunBet, so we'll see how it go. Okay,
please let me know because I'm ready.
$40 one.
Okay.
But the pool was like $1,400.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm trying to see. But right now, everybody's still available. It just started yesterday. I got to run 4 times a week, but it's like 3 and 4 miles. It's not like long running.
So even if you would still come away with your $40.
Yeah,
if
but they keep it as points, so I could roll it over to another one.
Okay.
Yeah, they would just keep it in points, and then you can bank out, I guess, if you want to. But I'll keep everybody posted on the RunBet. But
please do.
Go listen. Google Play, iTunes, SoundCloud. We're going to interview Mr. Derek Oxley.
Somebody, get you somebody, get you somebody, get you somebody.